Hey there, I'm Douglas from Draftbit. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the Open Image Picker action. This is a powerful tool for selecting images or videos from a device's media library. With this action, you can let users pick single images or multiple images, choose between images or videos, enable editing, and even control the quality of the selected media. You can capture and store the selected media for further processing, such as uploading to a server or displaying in your application. In this video, we're going to walk through how to attach this action to a button's on-press trigger, configure its properties, and use the selected image data inside your app. Let's get started. So first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to create a button, an image component, then we're going to create a variable to store this image. We're going to increase the width to 300. Then for the image, we're going to increase the width to 300 and the height to 300. Then we're going to head over to the variable section, screen variables, and we're going to create this image variable. It's going to be of type string. We go back to our screens. Then here where it says button, we're going to go to interactions, on press, and here we're going to open the action editor. So in the action editor, we can search for the action that we want, and it's called Open Image Picker. We click this, and now it's in our workflow. And it has these key properties. So first, it has media types. So this determines whether we allow the user to pick an image or a video or both. So when it's on all, it's obviously both. But for this, we just want image. Then multiple selection, I'll leave this off for now, but then it's basically a user is able to pick more than one image. Then up next, we have quality. So this controls the compression level of the selected image. A lower value is going to result in a smaller image file, while a higher value maintains quality. So the higher this number is, the higher your quality is going to be. So if you want maximum quality, you pick 1. Then if you want minimum quality, you pick 0. This is going to affect the quality of the image, but then the higher the image quality is, the bigger that image is going to be. Then we have the output base64. This determines whether the image is returned in base64 format or as an asset object. So by default, for easy handling, we just leave this base64 enabled. But if we disable this, it's going to use what it calls an asset object. So this asset object is going to have a lot of items. Okay, so the asset object looks like this. It's going to have an asset ID. It's going to have a duration, file size, height, type. Then it's going to have a URI of where the image is being stored. And then it's going to have the base64. So this is going to be a lot of information. And for some cases, you might not need this. So it might not be necessary. So in those situations, we just leave base64 enabled. So up next, we have allow editing. So allow editing enables us to be able to edit an image before we upload it. So if you enable this and you try to pick an image, it's going to open a window where you can crop, you can edit, you can cut the image, or you can zoom in, you can zoom out. You're going to be able to edit this image before you upload it. So for now, we're going to leave this disabled. Then it's going to ask us for the result name. So when it picks this image, it's going to return the base64 output of this image. Then it needs a result name of how we can refer to this image. So for now, I'm just going to call this response. And then what I'm going to do, remember, we have that image variable that we created. So I'm going to set this response to that image variable that we created. We're going to give it the value of the response that comes back from here. So now what we just did, when we click get started, we're going to pick an image. That image is going to be stored in this variable that we created. And then to display that image, we go to image, data, then here where it says source URL, we just link the image variable. So now we've completed the loop. When we click get started, so instead of saying get started, let's just say upload image. So now when you click this, the action runs, opens the image picker. Then we can pick an image, and that image gets set to the image variable, and then that image variable, we're passing it to the image component. And then that's how we do it. Then now we can do the same for the video. So let's delete this image component. Then where we had the image component, we're going to add a video component, and just the same thing. Width is going to be 300. Then the height, we can leave it as this. Then we go to variable, screen variable, image, we change this to video. We go back to our screen, we go back to our button, on press. So here, when we open the image picker, where it says media types, we're going to say video. So now the response is now a video. And as you can see, Draftbit automatically updated the variable. So now it's video and it gets the response. So now let's test it out. So it's still the same thing that's going on. So now when we click upload and we pick this video, right, we notice nothing is happening. So why is nothing happening? We have to go to the video, data, then here on source, we have to link that video that's in our variable. So now we click, then we link the video. So now everything is now done. And then we get that video, then we can play the video. So now that we've gone through these options, let's see how we can allow editing and see how this works. So what we're going to do, we're going to return an image. So let's remove the video. Let's have an image back. Right, then there. Then we go back to the button, on press, instead of video, image. Right. So now it should be working for images. And it is working for images, but it's just small. So let's have the width back. Okay, there we go. So now it's working and we're getting our image. So now what I want to do, I want to go back to my button, open, then here, I'm going to allow editing. But before I do that, we need to see how it looks like without the allow editing. And for this case, I'm going to be running it on my real device so we can see. So in Draftbit, we have this live preview. If you go on the Apple Store or the Google Store and you download an app called Draftbit, then you open the scan and then it scans this QR code. It's going to open the application on your real device. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, so on my real device, I've opened the Draftbit application and here where it says scan project, I'm going to go back and then I'm going to scan the project. And then I've scanned the project and we can see we now get this option that says upload image. So our application is now open. So I'm going to click, then I'm going to pick an image and it gets uploaded. So this is working as before. But now what we want to do, we want to enable editing. So if we go back to our application, on press, allow editing, we set this to true. Then now back on our application, we try to upload another image. Then notice it opens an editing panel where we can crop the image, where we can do certain things to the image, we can flip it. So basically we're able to edit this image, and once that's done, the image gets uploaded. Now that that's out of the way, let's test selecting multiple images at once. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back to our variable. So right now, our variable is a string. So let me just rename it so being accurate. So now, instead of image, we're going to call it images. And then the data type is going to be of a type of an array. And it's going to be what we call a string array. We go back to our application, then we go back to our button, and here we enable multiple selection. We disable editing. So now what's going to happen, when we enable multiple selection, it's going to come back as an array since it's multiple items. So now when we set the images array, let's just see if that's doing it correctly. So that's doing it correctly. Then what we now do, right, instead of what we're doing before, where we were directly setting this image, we're going to wrap this image component inside of a parent. and this parent is going to be called list. So a list in Draftbit allows you to be able to loop through data that's in an array. So now images, and then to the child component, yeah, instead of displaying the images, what we're going to do, we're going to display this thing called a list item, right? And if we did this correctly, let's take a look. We're going to upload the book, then we're going to upload the food image. Then once we select, we get those two images. So that's how we display multiple images. We have to set them to an array, then we have to loop through that array. So that's how that's done in Draftbit. And the same thing is going to work for videos. And that's how you use the image picker action in Draftbit. So we've covered how to attach the action to our buttons on press trigger, how to configure key properties like media type editing, how to store and display the selected images and videos, and how to enable multiple selection and display results in a list. Now it's your turn to try it out. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for more videos, and drop a comment if you have any questions. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.